Okay, so I'm fortunate, and I have the so titles, owner, founder. Introduce yourself.
Wally Maruzzo, company is Mantis in Burlington, Ontario, Canada.
So I met these guys at SEMA, and then I said, I was doing my dance, like, oh my gosh, this could be amazing, which I usually don't do, and so Chris and I have been in contact about the tool grid system and about me offering it through Obsessed Garage. And so when I said, look, I want to buy like 5 of everything, they said, well, hold on, why don't we do this? It's winter time, and you guys are in Ontario, right? So why don't we come to Florida? I said, come on down. And so they basically follow the palette here, and so now we have a full tool grid system. So we're going to start. I left it in the box so we could unbox it on camera. So let's start running through this stuff.
So this is just a sample board.
Okay, cool.
Which shows part of the components.
Got it.
Okay.
So I can use that like an HQ mounted to the wall or
exactly,
something like that.
as a reference shot.
Got it. Okay.
Then we've packed the components. We separated them all.
Okay.
So here we have a universal holder. So there's multiple packs in each carton for each one. So we'll just kind of.
And so, is there a catalog that lists, or what's the best way for me to start to learn? Because I mean, everything's categorized, everything has an item number and a specific idea. You're going to get me up to speed here today, and then from there, what's your suggestion? How should I learn this stuff?
The literature, did we supply literature in these packages? Like all the parts?
Yes, we have a part listing, and then we have a work instruction. Not in here, no.
Okay. Okay, we could have had that.
That's fine. It was on the PO.
Yes.
I think it blew away. It's sitting on top, so it might be in one of these boxes. Okay, so let's start getting this stuff out. Let's keep it organized. Small wrench holder. Small wrench holder. So there's blue and red to denote. We do metric with blue and SAE with red generally.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
And this is the other primary components.
So check that out. So we're going to go through all these different types with small wrench holder, medium wrench holder, large wrench, 1/4 inch, 3/8, 1/2 inch sockets, and 3/4 for we would denote these as SAE. What's a cam holder? What does that mean? Cam, corner, small universal holder, medium, and they have the screws, tool grid screws. We have tool handlebar holder, and these have a little magnetic. That's cool, it's magnetic, but it has like a rubberized grip to it. Ratchets, metric, and then metric wrenches. I'm going to show you a little bit better view of this here. And then we have different compartments, different size compartments that also screw down. The key with this stuff is when you close the drawer that everything doesn't slide to the back. And then we also have lettering, where we can numbering and lettering systems, so we can number everything. That's what I'm excited about. What I'm more excited about is to watch you guys take all my crap out of my drawers and put it back in.
You'll be amazed.
That's what I'm excited about. I'm probably going to want to go to somebody else's house and practice my skills of that. So I'll find some buddies that have messes on their hands and we'll go clean it all up.
Okay.
All right, so now what they did, I sent dimensions for the Sabre drawers, because ultimately what I'd like to have is I'd like to have a system where I have Sabre specific, Sonic specific, and then universal. and I brought my jigsaw so we can cut it if we need to. And so I sent the dimensions, so we're going to test fit these. We haven't test fit these yet. We're going to do it on camera, and these are based on the dimensions that I sent you, so hopefully they're relatively accurate. And so where do we start? So where do you start when we start with a system? Do we take things out of a drawer?
Well, first we'll measure the drawer, get an approximate dimension of the inside drawer.
Okay.
Well, we want to take into account the clips that you have to get past.
Okay.
So around 25 and a quarter wide. And around 19 and a quarter inches deep. So
I'm kind of glad. See, here's one of the problems with, if you come look at this. So here's one of the problems with Kaizen foam. You'll see, I cut these for some scissors. I cut it for some tools that I've, like I lost this magnet. I don't have that tape measure anymore. I don't have this thing anymore. I didn't want to throw this away even though this is broken. And so the problem with the foam is I cut out all these spaces, and eventually, you know, you have new tools that you have that don't fit. And I end up with excess stuff, so I can't adjust it. I can't make changes to it, and this took hours to cut out.
Well, the board comes with a
backer or a liner,
so that it grips and doesn't slide around
okay,
in the drawer.
So each board in the box comes like so. Got it.
With the liner.
Okay.
That goes on the back side.
Okay, cool.
Right, premium non-slip liner.
Okay.
Allows the board to stay in place.
So this is the one we cut.
So you can see that we cut it with a jigsaw, and that's the finish. It's a little bit rough, but you know it's not bad.
So you would just put that, sometimes put it to the back side, wouldn't you? I mean, wouldn't that make sense? So you went to put the cut side on the back side of the cabinet?
Yeah, on the back side, yeah.
Yep.
So that's what we would do here. So we would need to empty the drawer first of all the tools.
And then what I want to do is I want to eliminate some of this junk that I left in here because
and so this is an EVA liner on the bottom. And EVA liners, they're not, they're very slippery. They don't have any grip to it.
Yeah, and if there are any heavy tools, I find they push the back and get all bunched up.
So that's a very inexpensive liner.
So here's what you do when you have a wife and son that lose their ball pump. I have one stashed in here with like 50 needles because they lose them. Oh, we need a pump. I'm like, what about the 6 pumps that I bought you? Well, I can't find it. All right, let me see that ball. I'll be right back.
So we'll remove that EVA liner.
Okay.
Clean this up a little bit.
Yeah, let me get people will be yelling at me if I don't clean out this drawer. For those of you who are wondering, I just used some invisible glass. Okay.
That's great. So we put the liner down first. Chris. And it looks like it's a little bit on the large side. Okay. So the dimensions that we used, we cut it to those dimensions, but it might be a little bit too big. We can trim that.
Okay.
And we could do it now, but let's see how the board fits first so we can see whether the board needs to be trimmed as well. And sure enough, we can't get the board in. So you have to accommodate.
Is it possible to, if I pull the drawer out, because there's a lip here. Oh yeah, there's a lip on all 4 sides. Got it.
Yeah, so the design of this, you have to account for this as well, not just the clips that I measured, but also the rollover of the metal.
Got it.
So we are not able to drop the board in there. We would have to trim it. And the size, the width of the board should be 25 and a quarter. And right now, it's basically 26 inches.
So
And if we measured it like this before,
that's
26 inches. So it's much.
So there's no way I could just, because wouldn't I want it to fit, pressure fit in there?
No.
We just can't get it in.
You can't get it in?
I don't know, I'm pretty strong. You sure I can't flex the sucker and rip it in there?
You see, the drawer doesn't come out enough for us to even consider putting it in this way.
Well, let me pull it out, see what happens.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. See what that does. Just a minute. Just a minute. Almost.
All right.
Yep.
It's a good thing I'm stubborn.
You see, it's
But
still
now-
a little bit too big.
So let's see, can I get it past? Because they have these tabs here.
So we should probably trim off a little bit.
Not giving up yet.
Okay.
Let me struggle through my own sadness here. So if I take this, I give myself a little slack.
Doesn't take long to mark it and jigsaw cut it.
All right, let's see. So now the issue is, can I get it out? So I think, see, it's getting hung up on there. So let's trim that. And I want to see if it fits. This would be a good exercise to see if it's.
And we don't have a ruler, do we?
I've got a.
Okay, I'll use this for the moment. And some kind of a marker.
That should work. That's designed for Kaizen foam.
And a pair of scissors would be good.
Scissors right here. Okay, so let's see. Let's see how this goes now. Let's cut to fit precisely. So that has to stay down. The way I did it was from this side. Ah, shoot. I knew I was going to do that. Scratch my drawer already. What do you think?
Is there any bow in it? Yeah.
So we need to cut it.
I would still take a 1/4 inch high.
Okay. And then it'll slide right in there. Mm-hmm. All right. Only one way to find out, though, is to try it. So if we make it... So don't we want... See, what I don't like is I want this to be as tight as possible.
Well,
because otherwise it would slide around. I guess that's what the liner's for.
It's not going to slide. Once there's weight of the tools
you can slam
on the board onto the non-slip, that board will not move.
Got it. Okay.
Guaranteed.
That's why we provide the non-slip line.
You almost have to get a little bit of air underneath it so you can move it around. And once it's stuck, it's difficult.
That's the difference between this liner and the other.
And the EVA.
Yeah.
In an EVA, yes.
I just don't like all this gap. I guess you don't have a choice, do you? Unless the drawer didn't have a lip.
Right, right.
And if I cut that lip off, then you lose the structural rigidity.
Yeah. Structural rigidity, yeah.
Yeah, got it. Okay.
The cabinet.
All right, so let's set something up to cut this. So when you cut,
I would cut in between the holes. So there's rows of holes. This row, this row. I would cut in between.
So that you allow yourself up to that end row.
got
But
it.
this is not a pencil.
Yeah, it's not working.
No.
Get in there tight, Mike.
Do you trust me
Yes.
in my eyes, or would you rather do it? How would you like to try it?
You want me to do it?
Yeah.
Yes, you
Just
can,
stay
you
on
can
the
s-
line,
You can see how
and
it's.
you should hold on to the board, of course.
Yep. So let me go. Since
Yeah.
I'm right-handed. I always have to remember how to use this weird jig.
If you're not comfortable, I'll do it. If you're not comfortable, we'll.
Yeah, moderately straight.
Then you can take an edge, like a scissor edge, and you can remove relatively quickly
Any
the
excess.
yeah. And if you're really obsessed, you can take a propane torch and just run it along here, and any little fibers that are hanging there quickly disappear.
Yeah.
And we've done that
I don't
a
know.
number of times, but that's okay.
No, we shouldn't have to work so hard. All right, I see. All right, there should
Now
be
that's
some
on the
stuff.
non-slip. It's,
You need to make me listen because I don't listen very well, as you can tell. But that's my charm. It's part of my charm, right, guys? And then you can.
Yeah, so
There's not even anything on it yet.
that's
Okay.
correct.
All right.
There's
all
no
right.
weight on it.
So we need to make it 27 or 25 and 3/4, not 26.
Correct. You have to have some tolerance.
Gotcha.
So you can get the board in and out without too much difficulty.
Now, could we make it a 1/4 inch?
A little bit deeper, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, but you would still have to test today to get past this huge lip here.
Yeah, because we have 3/4 of an inch.
Usually a good test, Matt, would be to measure from the bottom here to this top edge here, because you literally have to put the board in this way and have to get past this lip.
Got
And
it.
you get 19 and 3/4.
And how big did we do with the board?
The board is 18 and 3/4. So actually in this case,
And the drawer.
yeah, that wouldn't work.
I think we need to add another row of
Of holes.
circles. Yeah.
So 19 and 1/4, I guess, would have been better.
Yeah. Because we have about 3/4 of an inch room here.
But again, with the boards, they're easily cut to size.
Yeah.
That's the whole idea, because everybody's going to have a different
Right.
cabinet
Well, I'm thinking
or
about
different toolbox.
for our Sabre specific line that we're going to have.
They would be cut to size, to the exact dimensions.
Yeah, you determine what is your best dimension for fitting, and then that's what we got to.
Got it. Okay. All right. So what's our next step?
Well, what kind of tools do you want to put in this drawer? You have a lot of tools, right?
Yeah. So this drawer, I want to put this stuff in.
You want to put this stuff in the drawer.
Correct. I want to eliminate this. This is broken. So I want to put all of this stuff in here.
No, I guess
Yeah.
quite a while, right?
Yeah, and it still looks a little janky.
So here's the biggest advantage right off the start. Okay, so you've used the Kazan foam, right? And now you've said that you wanted to eliminate a tool,
Yeah.
either for the reason that it's broken or you just don't use it regularly, so you want to switch it out. So when you're with foam, you would have to redo that whole thing.
And this is a $25 piece of foam. I got to get another one, and you have to buy the whole big long piece and then cut it and then
A lot of hours involved in tracing and
Yeah.
cutting out, right?
see it.
So,
Okay. So what do you generally suggest? Do we lay it
there's
down?
something you want to organize. What kind of holders could we use to organize that? How about a universal holder? Tall universal holders. Here's universal holders.
Yeah.
Medium universal holder. We'll open that up. with the knife.
I'll do the opening, you do the laying out.
And you might as well open up a box of screws, even though we might not screw them down right now.
Until we're done. So there's a universal.
Sure. And so that's a bag of 6 universal medium-sized holders.
So
We'll take 2 out.
There's also in each pack an instruction sheet which helps to describe how to use the...
How to use a universal holder.
got it.
So you
Okay.
can see here.
So it tells you how to set something up. Got it. Okay.
And you adjust the arms and you secure it. Where would you like this on this board? So you have a choice.
I like the tape measures in the
On this
corner.
side, at the front, in the middle, at the back?
Yeah, right here.
Right
so
here?
we'll put that one in the back corner.
Okay, so we'll put this holder like that in the holes.
And so these all fit without the screw. The screw will just secure it at the end.
That's correct.
That's correct. You don't set anything up until you're completely satisfied.
Got
What
it.
you can actually do is set up your drawer, leave for a day or two, test it out, see if you're comfortable with it, modify it once you're completely satisfied. The first thing you're going to learn with tool grid is that you're optimizing space.
Yep.
So number one, what Wally's doing is he's taking that, which traditionally, and you had in the foam, laying down flat into the foam. We're taking it vertical. So now we've already saved 3 inches of space.
I was still stuck in there. All right, we're gonna lay it flat. How are we gonna do that?
So, and we're also taking, sorry Chris, we're also taking advantage of the height of the drawer.
Yeah.
Since the height is deep, instead of laying it down this way, which takes more room, we're going to lay it this way, takes less room.
See, we were talking about this off camera. I've been such a big proponent of doing like a 6-drawer cabinet with the small drawers you can fit more stuff in, but that's kind of counterintuitive that, you know, if you put things vertically, stand them up,
Right.
then you
You
get
have
a
a
whole
high
more.
density of tools per square foot this way.
Got it. Okay.
So this way with the universal holders, you're establishing the approximate length of the tool, like that. And you
then
say,
we'll-
yeah, I think I like that in that position. Now, with universal holders, because you have these adjustable arms, you should put the screw in there to at least keep everything together.
Sure.
Because if you bang the drawer around quite a bit, it can fall over. So we should put a couple of screws in. And did we provide a T20 screwdriver?
No, we did not.
I got one.
Do you have one?
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a couple of screws.
Yep, a couple of screws.
Let's grab one.
So the screws themselves for the tool grid system, they're thread forming. They're designed specifically for plastic. So when Wally engages that screw in, when we release that, we can always change and reuse that hole over and over again. Again, everything is reusable.
So these are, what did you say, T20?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you not have a regular screwdriver?
There's one here below. There's a T20 in the back right there.
Perfect.
T20.
Thank you.
So you prefer to do it by
instead
hand?
of a gun,
Got it.
because it's bulky and, you know. So I would just take the tape measure out like that. Lay it down. Put the screw in place. And I can just snug it up. I don't have to reef it tight just yet.
Okay.
And you'll see why. We'll still be able to adjust the arms if it's not reefed down tight. Put the tape measure in there. Adjust the arms until you like it as snug as that. You can remove it one more time and just touch it up. So the universal holders actually are the only ones that you really should use screws along the way.
To pressure fit.
Yeah, you see this one, I still have to.
How careful do you need to be about
Oh, you can
stripping?
feel it. You're going to do a few yourself, and you'll feel when you're there.
I like it.
Right. Again, it's designed for not just optimizing safe, but we want to quickly identify the tool and get it out. Right. It's ease. It's not.
I was using that much in my drawer.
Mm-hmm.
So now you've saved that much space.
That's why I was getting ready to get rid of all these taller drawers and swap them out for some, because I can't fit enough tools.
Wow.
All right,
But if you stand them up vertically,
we're gonna fit all this stuff in like this corner.
Yeah.
This is great.
You're going to fit that what you had in that top drawer
this
in
one?
half of this drawer.
Okay, so same routine here. This time I'm going to let you struggle through.
So I want this one right here, like that.
You take 2 more universal holders. Medium size should do it. Remember that you should use screws on those.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
Is it pushing the walls out?
A little bit. What do you think?
Let's have a look. No, it's not pushing the walls out. You're good.
Okay.
So you could now screw that in, and you should look at this. See the clip here?
So I want this
You
line.
probably want it to go the other way instead of interfering with the other tool.
Got it.
That's
Okay.
it. I think you'll be fine exactly where you are.
Okay. A lesser man would be intimidated by having the guy here, but I ain't scared.
That small screwdriver doesn't have a big enough handle on it.
Yeah, we need a little longer one. Apparently this means I need to get some new tools. I don't have the right ones. Oh yeah, you can feel it.
Can you feel it?
Yeah.
Test the arm to see if it moves.
No, it's good.
So you're secured.
Yeah, I like that. I like it nice.
It's a little bit tight. So
I mean,
Chris, I think this tape measure is really fat, and these walls are distorted a little bit, eh?
Yeah, they're gonna. You can tell that they're gonna kind of conform eventually to that setup.
It's a little bit tight, so
So in that case, we'd have an alternative with the corner holders and the cam. So again, there's flexibility to use the holders in different ways to accommodate a wider range, because every manufacturer and every tool is different, right? Vary in size and shape. Some have the rubberized handles, so we're able to do that. So what we can do, just to give you an idea, is we'll break out the corner holder and the cam, and we can show how that works and then see if that's a better fit.
I want to watch the master at work.
where's the master?
You. I want to watch you do it. I don't want to do it. I got plenty of time to do. I'm going to be doing everybody's drawer from here until forever.
These are the difficult tools, you know. They're not the easy tools like
Versus a
sockets.
socket, yeah.
You can really go through those very quickly, but these are the strange shaped tools that one needs to accommodate. So we have corner holders.
You're maybe better off.
And okay, so you have two corners there, and then you can have a cam holder. We call it a cam holder, which is an adjustable post that you can swing. Screws. Okay. You drop the screw there. You position the cam where you think you want to contain the tool that you're organizing. I'm placing it here just to show how the corner holders work and how the cam holder works. And we put the two screws here, and then, you know, it'll stay there. So this can be as fat as it wants to be.
Right.
The corner holders will accommodate it. It'll house the tool, and the cam holder can adjust to keep it in position where you want it. So this is another way of another set of holders that can be used to organize a strange tool.
Got it.
So we can take this out and replace it with those. And then you should look at what next tool you want in this area.
What I'm going to end up doing here soon, so we'll say it in this video, we're going to set up all this tool grid and all these tools, and I'm going to sell this whole thing in one lot to somebody. Because they're going to be doing Sonic MSS Plus in here soon. And I get to do this all over again. Yeah. Another trip to Florida might be in your cards. I'll help you pay for those trips.